So yesterday, getting onto the SpaceSafe flight was a whirlwind. But I'm about to warn you, today is even more intense. When the guy at the terminal told me all the flights to Guam were taken off the board, that just didn't sit right with me. So when I woke up, I decided to call the terminal. And guess what? The flights headed to Guam were in fact still going. So we had a decision to make, and fast. It was already 7 a.m., so unless we could magically make the roll call in 20 minutes, we were going to miss the first one. But if we hurried, we could still make the second flight. We had chose to go to Waikiki last night because we were anticipating being here in Hawaii for a few days. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little annoyed we took his word and went so far from the terminal. Next time we'll stay closer to base. We decided to go ahead and still try for the Guam flight, and everything moved fast this morning. I had to run and check out of our room and snag a military-specific Uber again. If everything went right, it would give us 20 to 30 minutes to spare before they started roll call. Once we arrived, we noticed a familiar face, Uncle Joe. He was another retiree who had flown the last leg with us from Washington to Hawaii and missed the first morning flight to Guam too. Usually after roll call, we have at least another 3 hours before we're ready to go onto the plane. So in anticipation of possibly not getting a box lunch on the 7-hour flight and having nothing to eat this morning for breakfast, I tried to order DoorDash for us and Uncle Joe. It was too risky to leave the terminal, and I'm really glad one of us didn't, because the flight crew decided they wanted to leave within the hour. One of the biggest tips I can give you is to bring snacks with you, especially if you have little kids. The box meals aren't always a guarantee. Anyway, we did in fact get a box lunch for everyone, and we had an entire row to ourselves on the C5. So this flight ended up being pretty relaxed once we made it on. But once we landed, it was back to figuring out where to go. Uncle Joe had his cousin pick him up. Turns out he's from Guam and offered our family a ride. His cousin also served in the military and was retired too. They were amazing people. Offered to stop by the commissary so we could get water and drinks for our hotel stay. Took us to the classics and even to a local favorite spot to try some Guam food. The hotel I wanted to stay at was sold out for the night. So we tried to stay on base, but the front desk lady said that she could offer us a better rate off base and that there was better amenities, so we went to the Dusit Resort for the night. We can officially say we got to Guam free, and we're planning to be here for the next week at least. We're headed to Japan next, so stay tuned.